You're ready. Go ahead.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
You are?
Yes, I'm recording. Go ahead.
Okay.
Hello all and welcome to the Duplicate Success International Monday Night Webinar. Today is Monday, February 13th, 2017. My name is Crystal Krebs and I am a Gold Director here in San Antonio, Texas. I have the distinct honor of introducing the host of tonight's webinar. He is a very well-respected business leader and mentor in the industry. You will definitely want to have your pen and paper out, sitting up, paying attention, and taking notes as you learn how this industry expert continues to build his business successfully. He has achieved the rank of Emerald Director within our company. He is a co-founder of Duplicate Success International, and he's an amazing leader, mentor, and most importantly, I'm very proud to call him my husband. Jared, are you there?
Yes, I am. Thank you, Crystal, so much for the introduction. I really appreciate it. Okay, guys, so welcome to the webinar. We have a great training arranged for you. I'm not sure why I'm not able to go into full screen mode. It seems like my computer is thinking it through right now. So I'm going to try and quit Google Chrome. We have a lot of great things to go over. I just want to make sure that you guys can see my screen that's watching online. Apologize for the technical difficulties. So before we get into, there we go. Before we get into tonight's training, I just want to remind you of our team DMO. And what that means, it's a daily method of operation. Basically, if you do these three things every day, you're going to be successful. Number one, use the products every day, AM and PM. Number two, do your 2-2-2 for the day. Get 2 new presentation videos sent. Do 2 follow-ups with prospects that are on the fence and 2 calls to existing clients or team members. That can be done in under an hour, and that is your engine of your business right there. Now, number 3 is 15 minutes or more of personal development material each day. Reading books, listening to audios, and being on webinars. If you do these 3 things every day, you will be successful. Your business will be successful. It's undeniable. We've had so many people start with us. I did the numbers this last month. Last 5 weeks, we've had over 96 associates and clients start on our team. It's because you are doing the DMO. I'm so proud of each and every one of you who is doing this. And I want to start by doing some team recognition and actually recognizing some people that are doing the DMO. And you can tell because they're getting results. So first of all, let's welcome our new clients that just got started. Let's welcome Brianna O'Reilly, new client introduced by Phyllis Walker. Welcome, Brianna. Let's welcome Susanna Flores, new client introduced by Don Morales. Welcome, Susanna. Let's welcome Elena Lopez, new client introduced by Don Morales. Welcome, Elena. Great job, Don. Let's welcome Melissa Perry, Scott Jacobs, Thomas Erickson, Jack Schoening, and Aaron Chamberlain, new clients introduced by Betty Meyer and Becky Armstrong. Wow, way to go, Betty and Becky. That's big time. How many is that? 6 new clients last week? Wow. All right, so now we're going to recognize the new associates that just started with us in the last week. Big welcome to Dora Perez, new associate introduced by Don Morales. Welcome, Dora. Great job, Don. Also welcome Tessa Wright, new associate introduced by Betty Meyer. Way to go, Tessa. And welcome, Betty, and great job, Becky, as well. Also welcome Heidi Keffer, new associate introduced by Betty Meyer and Becky Armstrong. Way to go, Heidi. We're very proud of you. Welcome to the team. All right, so now we're going to actually do some recognition on rank advancements. And I love recognizing rank advancements because it shows that people are really moving and shaking in their business. And so the first rank advancement we're going to recognize is Don Morales. Big congratulations, Don, on hitting annual platinum. We're so proud of you. I want to actually bring you on the line, Don, if we're able to. I'm not sure if you're there, but I'm going to just double check. Let's see here. I don't think Don is actually on right now. But big congratulations, Don. Keep up the great work. Annual Platinum is a big deal. Text me when you get on, and we definitely would love to hear from you. Also, big congratulations, new builder, Don Morales. So 2 advancements in the same week. For those of you who are wondering what these are, let me just explain. Builder is someone who makes their first $200 check in 1 week. A solid builder is making $800 a month with their USANA business. And that's almost $10,000 a year. Definitely you're at a point where your products are being paid for. You're doing amazing, Don. I'm super proud of you and super proud of your growing team. Also, some big special recognition. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for making this slide. We were number 16 top earning Emerald Directors in the U.S. Big congratulations to Isaiah Menchaca, number 13 preferred customer enroller in the United States. Way to go, Isaiah. And great job, Veronica Cade. Also, big congratulations, Lorena Galdiano, number 13 in the United States. Top client enroller. Very proud of you, Lorena. Way to go. All right, so now to special announcements. Mark your calendars, guys, for next Monday, February 20th. Go to droz.com and click Watch Oz for your local listings in your area. USANA is going to be featured on the Dr. Oz show. It's going to be awesome. Every month, Dr. Oz features a different USANA product on his TV show. This month, it's all about vitamin D, which is one of the most important ones that we make. So I'm very excited to hear what Dr. Oz has to say and get USANA out to all over the United States. So make sure that you invite your friends, your clients, your associates, everybody to watch the Dr. Oz show on Monday, February 20th. Also, mark your calendars next Monday, February 20th. We're going to have Executive Diamond Director Andrea Ikiwa as our special guest on the Team DSI webinar. Many of you know Andrea from the Spanish video, What is USANA? She's amazing. She's an awesome person. And she's going to be calling in from her vacation in Malaysia to talk to Team DSI and talk to you and give you advice and how you can build this business. She's incredibly inspiring, especially because she's also a mother of 2. So not only has she built her business to Executive Diamond, but she's also been a full-time mom the entire time as well. You're definitely going to want to have guests on this webinar. You're definitely going to want to be taking notes and learning as much as you can from Executive Diamond Director Andrea Ikiwa. Also, the Growth Circle is still going on. That's 25 years of growth with you, and basically USANA is giving an all-expense vacation to the top growers from January 7th through March 31st. And it's going to be in the Riviera Maya, Mexico, May 4th through the 7th. And all you have to do is grow your business more this quarter than you did the first quarter of 2016. And you could be one of the top 25 fastest growers in the United States. So I really encourage you to go for it. It's going to be an awesome trip. You love Nutrimil? It's not all gone yet. So you can still get the individual packs of strawberry, chocolate, and vanilla. And Nutrimil is back for good, our flagship shakes, which we all love. And strawberry is back for a limited time. So strawberry, those of you who love strawberry, definitely make sure you get that before it goes away. That's not available on auto order. It's only available through the shopping cart. All right, so also we have some great incentives going on for our own team. This is our Track WAPnWin to Celebration incentive. And right now, we actually have in first place, Veronica Cade with 110 points. Second place, Renee and Megan Martinez with 100 points. And third place, Don Morales with 81 points. Big congratulations to everybody who's on this list, because it means that you're tracking your activity, you're making your plan, you're planning your work, and you're working your plan. And this is what it takes to be successful, this consistency. We shoot for consistency, not perfection, right? So you may be wondering, if you're brand new, how do these people get all these points? Well, you get points for making your binder. You get points for being registered for US Celebration. You get points for having a rank advancement, for posting your weekly action plan every Sunday night. You also get points when you enroll new associates on auto order and new clients on auto order. So if you want to play and you're not already playing, please contact your USANA sponsor and they can explain it all to you. It's a fun thing. And what can you win? Well, here's what you can win. First place is actually going to be $400 if you're going to the event, if you're going to Celebration. Second place is $250. Third place is $150. If you win, but you don't attend Celebration, one of the celebrations, then the prizes get cut in half. But everyone's going to go to Celebration, so we're basically showing you that. But I mean, $400 cash, that could pay for a nice MacBook Pro, or whatever you want to pay for. Pay for some of your hotel expense or your food expense at the event. Second place and third place is also good prizes, good cash prizes. And it's all for building your business. So put on a winning smile, go get them. Today's forecast is 100% chance of winning. And just a friendly reminder, when you enroll someone new, make sure you go to the USANA clients page and you add them to the USANA clients page. You make the post. And also when you enroll someone new in the business, make sure you go to Team DSI and you make a post and make them feel special and important. Please comment. Everybody's been doing a really great job on commenting. And when you go to Hybrid Solutions, same thing. For associates only, add your people to Hybrid Solutions. That's over 8,000 USANA associates. That's to connect them to associates around the world. Okay, guys, we're going to take a little pause, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to take a 5-second pause just for editing purposes, and then we got a great training. We're going to be going over the GEMS Mastery. I know many of you are very excited. So we're going to take a 5-second pause, and then we will start. See, we got a lot of people on the line. I'm super excited. Just 1 second, guys. Okay, here we go. Hello, my name is Jared Crebs. I'm pictured here with my wife, Crystal, and our dog, Tasia. We're Emerald Directors, co-founders of Team DSI, and tonight's training is going to be about the GEMS. And this comes from Danny Johnson, who is one of my mentors, somebody who's been very, very important to my development as a man, as a business person. She's just such a wonderful person, wonderful teacher, and we have learned so much from the GEMS Mastery. Now, if you're watching this and you're like, what are GEMS? I don't even understand this. Basically, there's 4 personality traits or four types of personalities of people you will always encounter in your business and in your life. And if you can learn how to communicate with these 4 types of people, you're going to be very successful in business. I would venture to say that this training is probably one of the reasons why we've broken into a 6-figure income with our USANA business. Not only that, me and my wife, I don't even think we would be married if it wasn't for the GEMS. I'm not kidding. I was actually an emerald. I am an emerald. My wife is a sapphire. You'll understand what that means in a minute. But we were not doing well when we were dating, and we went to the Danny Johnson trainings, and it was like we might not have been together until I learned about her and what a sapphire is. And she learned about me and what an emerald is, and we learned how to communicate with each other, and we learned how to speak each other's language. And it totally made our relationship blossom. Today we've been married now for over 2 years, and we speak each other's language all the time. It's just part of our daily routine. You're going to be able to tell who's a ruby, who's a pearl, who's a sapphire, and who's an emerald in your business and in every interaction in your life after this training. So let's just go into some distinctions here, and maybe you can screenshot this, but I hope you have a pen and paper out and you're ready to take some notes and learn, because this is really what it's all about. So first thing is, let's figure out what you are. You might be an emerald if your perfect gift is a new planner and color-coded stickers. You might be an emerald if your systems have systems. You might be an emerald if you often say, what's the bottom line, right? You like to get to the point. If Microsoft Excel is your playground, if you love making spreadsheets, you might be an emerald. If you are never late, you may be an emerald. If you want to know all the details before you decide, you know those people in your USANA business that need to know every little thing about every little ingredient, about every little comp plan explanation? Well, those are your emeralds. So you gotta know how to deal with the emeralds, and we're going to be talking about that in a bit. So that's your emeralds. Now, you might be a ruby if your perfect gift is recognition, like a status symbol or a luxury brand. I mean, everybody loves to be recognized, but rubies really love to be recognized. Also, you might be a ruby if you don't like playing, if you don't think you can win. Rubies will play, but sometimes they'll give up because they don't think they can win. So you might be a ruby if that's the case. You might be a ruby if you gravitate naturally towards leadership. You might be a ruby if you thrive off goals and challenges. And you might be a ruby if you can't stand complacency or lack of drive. So rubies are very driven. They always want to be first. They're very competitive, sometimes to a fault. Sometimes they won't eat or they won't take care of themselves because they're too busy working constantly. So the ruby, nothing is more powerful than a ruby with accountability. Write that down. Nothing is more powerful than a ruby with accountability. Next, you might be a sapphire if your perfect gift is a group experience or game. If you love to have fun, if fun is your motivating factor, you might be a sapphire. You might be a sapphire if you believe rules were made to be broken, especially if they stop your fun. Also, you might be a sapphire if you love being the limelight. You might be a sapphire if your desk is a mess and you're always 10 minutes late. And you might be a sapphire if your energy is contagious, you light up the room and you spread positivity. All right, now you may be a pearl. Let's talk about pearls. You might be a pearl if your perfect gift is personalized or shows that someone was thinking of you especially. You know, like Things Remembered, that store in the mall. That's a great store for pearls because you can make personalized pens and personalized, glasses and picture frames. You also might be a pearl if you hate confrontation. You might be a pearl if you thrive on being part of something bigger than yourself. Pearls are very much about volunteering, being part of a cause, and they love to be part of a cause. They love to be part of something bigger than themselves. You might be a pearl if you're likely quiet or introverted and calm. And you might be a pearl because people know they can count on you, and sometimes they take advantage of that. Sometimes that happens to a pearl. They have, they lend money to friends and family members that don't pay them back, and they just let them kind of get away with it. Or they just help someone so much that they end up, like a doormat, and the person might take advantage of them. So that's kind of like one of the challenges of the pearls is to stand up for themselves. Or if you like to give your USANA products away without receiving money for it, then you might be a pearl. And so the pearl has to learn how to stand up for themselves a little bit, and it's okay to receive money for your products and not give away the farm. So these are some things about pearls that pearls can work on and improve. Now, we're going to talk about each one of these gems, and we're going to basically talk about their strengths and their weaknesses and where they can improve. Now, the beautiful thing is about these gems is God made us this way. And the thing I learned the most about this is not necessarily to try and make a sapphire into an emerald. I think that was the problem with me and my wife. I was trying to turn her into an emerald, and that created a lot of conflict in our life. And then she thought that I was just too uptight and not any fun. So that created conflict. When I learned that I need to let her be her strengths, I need to let her do her things that she does best. And then I need to not criticize the sapphire, because as an emerald, I'm naturally critical, and the sapphires close down if if there's a lot of criticism. The best way to build up a sapphire is to actually build on small wins. In fact, that's the best way to build up everybody. Build on small wins. Unless you're an emerald, then the emerald wants to know what they're doing wrong and how they can fix it. So you really got to know which gem people operate in. The other thing before I talk about each one specifically is that you have a primary gem and a secondary gem. So you may be a sapphire as your primary and your secondary is a ruby. Or you may be a sapphire and your secondary is a pearl. Or you may be a pearl and your secondary is a sapphire. Okay, so myself, my primary is an emerald. I'm primarily an emerald, but my secondary is a ruby. So I'm very detail-oriented, but I'm competitive. So everybody's different. And actually, I know many of you who are watching this right now you know my number, you know my cell phone number. I would like you to text me and tell me which gem you think you are or which gem you are, because we're about to talk about this in a minute. So please send me a text. My number is 210-860-9001. If you don't know my number, I'd love to hear from you. Tell me if you're an emerald, ruby, sapphire, or a pearl. Again, my number is 210-860-9001. And here we go. So we're going to talk about sapphires first. Sapphires are the life of the party. When you're a sapphire, many of you sapphires have damaged hair because you're always coloring it. Many of you sapphires work in retail because it's fun to work in retail. And that's where your strengths are. Many of you sapphires have messy rooms because that's just who you are. That's your sapphire. That's what it is. I married a sapphire. I love her, even with the rooms. Oh, I'm getting some text right now. Patty Garcia's a ruby. Andrea Hall's a pearl. Becky Armstrong's a sapphire ruby. Renee Martinez is a ruby all the way. And Phyllis Walker says, I thought I was a sapphire, but looks like I'm a pearl. Viola Krebs is an emerald. Luis Sanchez is a sapphire. Claudia Zacharias, what are you? He said, can there be more than one? Jared Harris is a pearl. Okay, so all of you are different. So definitely take notes on the gems that you are not, because you are going to deal with sapphires in your business. Now, specifically with USANA, when you find that somebody's motivated by fun, you need to talk to them about fun, not necessarily about helping people, not necessarily about making money. You need to say, like, for example, if you want a sapphire to do something, you need to tell the sapphire how fun it's going to be. So, for example, let's say that the event's coming up for National Celebration. For a sapphire, I'd be like, Becky, this event is going to be so much fun. You're going to be at this event. You're going to be meeting all these people. You're going to be enjoying it. You're going to be, you're just going to be having a blast. And we'll probably be doing all kinds of things all night just because it's going to be so much fun. That's going to motivate a sapphire. Now, if you tell the sapphire, you're going to learn so many details at this event. You're going to get all the little, tricks and strategies. Like that's going to actually turn the sapphire off if the sapphire feels like it's going to be boring. So make sure you talk to your sapphire and tell them how fun it's going to be. And when you realize that they're a sapphire, let them organize your parties. Their best thing is to organize parties. If they sapphires love to do mixers. They love to put the mixers together. Okay. Now that's the strengths of a sapphire. Okay. And if you have a team event, let the sapphires plan it. But here's the thing about sapphire. They don't do follow-up very good. So the sapphire can start it up. They can really get it going. They can contact 50 people in a week about their business. But guess what? They're not organized enough to follow up and follow through. So when I work with a sapphire, I'm actually helping them follow up. I'm talking to them about following up. It's not that the sapphire doesn't want to. It's that the sapphire isn't, they're just not inclined to do that. Now, I don't want that to be an excuse for you sapphires, because you sapphires might be laughing right now saying, oh, geez, I'm bad at follow-up. Well, guess what? You want to become a refined sapphire. See, because most people don't even know they're a sapphire. But if you're a refined sapphire, then guess what? You will make big efforts to follow up. And you know that that's a weakness, so you really work on that. And now you're actually speaking the language of an emerald. And so you can actually relate to those emeralds. Because if you're a sapphire and you sign up an emerald, that's another thing. Don't tell your emerald how fun it's going to be. Tell your emerald that they're going to get training. Tell your emerald they're going to get all the strategies they need to be successful and learn about all the systems. So that's a refined sapphire. A refined sapphire is going to learn how to talk the language of an emerald. A refined sapphire will talk the language of a ruby, which is, you're going to make a lot of money if you go to this event. You tell that to a ruby, the ruby's going to be there. Okay. Now, you want to be a refined sapphire and talk to a pearl? You say, you're going to help a lot of people by going to this. Everything you learn here is going to help so many people. And that's when you're a refined sapphire. You're a sapphire that can speak all the languages of the gems. Okay, so that's sapphire. Now let's go to pearl. So pearl, someone who's a pearl is actually kind of like a sapphire. They call pearls sapphire light. Okay, maybe you're not as outrageous as a sapphire, but you still like to have fun, but you like things more relaxed. A pearl's going to listen to more relaxing music. They're going to be more chill. A pearl is very caring, very, very loving, very non-confrontational. And you pearls, you actually have the best chances of signing people up because you're non-confrontational and you're not threatening. So you don't occur as threatening to somebody. So a pearl actually can enroll a lot of people. And when I was at the Danny Johnson events and I was learning about this, they said, stand up if you're a millionaire. And guess what? People stood up who are millionaires, who are pearls. People who stood up as millionaires as sapphires. People stood up who are millionaires as rubies. And people stood up who are millionaires as emeralds. So just because you're at one gem or the other doesn't mean you're going to not make it in business. It just means that that's your strengths and you need to know how to speak those languages. So a pearl wants to help people. A pearl is motivated by a cause. A pearl will put others' needs before themselves, almost to a detriment. So pearls, you guys need to definitely put yourself first still, help others, but don't let them walk all over you. If someone owes you money, you need to say something like, hey, I love you, I support you, and I'm asking you to pay me back on this day because it's really important to me. You have to actually say stuff like that if you're a pearl and you've lent someone money. Pearls give away products for free, sometimes to a detriment. I know you want to help people, but if they don't pay for it, they won't value it. So you would say, you know what, if I could, I would give you this for free, but we know that people value what they pay for, and this is going to tremendously impact your life. I would be doing you a disservice if I gave you this for free. So yes, your sell essentials will be $52 plus tax and shipping. And that's what you got to do as a pearl. Now the pearls are the greatest people because they're motivated by something bigger than themselves. The pearls are like famous pearls would be like Mahatma Gandhi. He was a pearl. Someone that's nonviolent, someone that's non-confrontational, someone that's peaceful. That's very powerful. And when your motivation is coming from a pearl's motivation, you're actually going to be very successful. All of us can learn from the pearls, especially the rubies and emeralds like me, because if your heart is like a heart of a pearl, if you're all about helping people, that's going to come through in your business. So you pearls, when you deal with a ruby, remember that you need to talk to the ruby like you have to talk to them about money. You have to talk to them about being the best. Pearls don't care about being the best, but remember, you're going to be a refined pearl. A refined pearl can speak all the languages. A refined pearl can speak the ruby's language, can speak the sapphire's language, can speak the emerald's language. So if you're a pearl and you need to talk to that ruby, you need to talk to them about being the best. Don't be afraid of the rubies. Sometimes I know the rubies are intimidating, but they're really teddy bears in the end. Okay, so you want to be a refined pearl. Also talk to the sapphires about having fun. Talk to the emeralds about systems, talk to the emeralds about details and strategies. The emeralds will love that. If you're dealing with an emerald, be on time. If you're dealing with a sapphire, you don't have to be on time, but you probably should understand if the sapphire is late. Don't get all mad at the sapphire. Of course, you're a pearl. You probably wouldn't get mad at the sapphire anyways. But I'm talking to you rubies and you emeralds mostly. So remember, our goal is to figure out what we are as primary and secondary, but then also to make sure that we can speak the language of each gem. Okay, so let's move on to the emeralds. Now, the emeralds, basically, an emerald is somebody who is motivated by facts and figures. The emerald's spiritual gift is wisdom. Oh, I need to tell you guys the spiritual gifts of each of them. So let's go back. The spiritual gift of a sapphire is encouragement. That's their spiritual gift. That's their natural gift. The spiritual gift of a pearl is giving, is a big heart. That's a spiritual gift of a pearl. Spiritual gift of an emerald is wisdom. Why? Because the emerald's going to think it through. The emerald's going to weigh all the pros and weigh all the cons. They're going to really think things through before they take action, almost to a detriment. Sometimes you emeralds, you can get stuck analyzing all the pros and all the cons and not take action. So that's the challenge for the emeralds is yes, you definitely need to think about the pros and cons, but make sure that you're taking action regularly. The other thing about the emeralds is great is emeralds usually always have money because they think about their money before they spend it. Emeralds' spiritual gift is wisdom, so they're thinking ahead all the time. Emeralds are great with systems. If you need somebody to make a price list, have an emerald help you. If you need someone to make an Excel spreadsheet, have an emerald help you. If you need somebody to do something that's very detail-oriented, have an emerald help you. Here's the thing. Don't force your sapphires to become emeralds. If you're an emerald, which I'm talking to myself right now, if you're an emerald, don't ask the sapphires to do every little detailed thing because they won't do it. And they'll think the business is really hard. You know, not everybody fills out the weekly action plans perfectly, but I know because I'm a refined emerald that I don't need to go chase everyone down about that. I'm just happy they're doing a weekly action plan, and that's more of a refined emerald because I know that the rubies and the sapphires, they're not going to be paying attention to all those details. Okay, now it's important to pay attention to details. So if you want to be a refined sapphire and a refined ruby, pay more attention to detail. But the spiritual strength of an emerald is details. So emeralds will write you a long, long email. You know who you are, emeralds, and they'll write a 17-point email. And it's did you read point 9, second paragraph of my email? And the sapphires will say, no, I didn't read your email. They opened it up and they deleted it because it was too much, right? Or the rubies will, and the pearls will just say they read it to make the emerald happy. Now you emeralds, you need to be nicer, okay? And this was my problem as an emerald is I was so critical, especially of my wife. I don't think I was as bad in my business, but with Crystal, man, she's a sapphire. So if she was messy or if she just wasn't, perfect, I would be on her case all the time about everything. And I really needed to stop that for us to have a healthy relationship, to build on the good things she was doing and build on the wins. And that has really, really helped us. I know that we would not be together if it wasn't for gems. Thank goodness for gems. So emeralds, be nice to your fellow rubies, sapphires, and pearls, and don't be critical. Instead, learn how to build on their wins. You know who else needs that? Rubies. Talk about all the positive things that the rubies are doing. Tell them how great they are. Tell them how great they are, times 10, and then give them a little bit of feedback, something they could change, and then tell them how great they are again. Rubies need that. You know what? Emerald, everybody needs that. But emeralds need to really work on speaking the language of not being too critical and building on the big wins. But the great thing about emeralds is they're going to be solid people in your business. They're going to be loyal. They're going to be consistent. They're going to be faithful. And emeralds are awesome, awesome people because you can count on them. You can trust them. If you need something done that's really important, someone you can trust is an emerald. Okay, so that's your emeralds. Now let's go to rubies. Okay, guys, so rubies, this is the most motivated person in the group. The ruby wants to be the best and they want to be first. However, this is a low level of leadership because the ruby is not promoting other people to be first. So if you want to be a refined ruby, try creating leaders and creating other people to be the best. Become an expert at creating not other rubies, but creating leaders that pass you up in income, that pass you up in success, because then you'll be a very wealthy ruby. Rubies are so cool because they work really, really hard, but their strength is also their curse, because you rubies, you know who you are. You work so hard that you actually burn yourself out. You work so hard that you forget to eat, and you skip lunch and you skip dinner. Maybe you didn't even have breakfast, and then 10 o'clock comes around and you make up for all that lost time and you eat a ton late at night. And what does that do? That's not good for you, rubies. So rubies need to learn how to slow down, and rubies are so driven that that's very hard for them. That's why you rubies, I want to challenge you to seek accountability. Find an accountability partner. Find somebody that will help you slow down or help you be balanced, because you're going to work hard naturally. But find somebody that you can have accountability with, because Danny Johnson says that a ruby with accountability is the most powerful person in the world. There's no one more powerful than a ruby with accountability, with a ruby who is teachable, with a ruby who listens. Because again, the rubies are the hardest workers. The rubies are always the leaders. But if they actually have accountability and they actually slow down and they have balance with their hardcore work ethic, then they're going to stay the long haul. Hey, rubies out there, you know who you are. Have you ever gotten burnt out? I know I have as a ruby, and that's exactly an example of a ruby without accountability. So seek for accountability, you rubies, and you'll be a refined ruby. Now, rubies, when you're dealing with your fellow pearls, be nice to the pearls. Don't be so hardcore about the pearls. Don't tell the pearls how much money they're going to make in their USANA business. Tell the pearls how much people they're going to help. Tell the pearls things about helping other people. Be softer with the pearls. Don't offend everybody. I sound like I'm being really hard on the rubies, but sometimes the rubies, they offend people because they're so direct. And hey, all of you sapphires, pearls, and emeralds, don't take it personally. The ruby actually has a huge heart. The ruby actually usually work so hard because they want to provide for their family, or they want to do something for the people that they love, and so they're working so hard. But you refined sapphires, you refined emeralds, and refined pearls, don't take it personal if the ruby insults you, because they're a ruby. Sometimes they don't know what they're doing, and so you have to just take it with a grain of salt and don't freak out. That's if you're refined. Now remember, all of your prospects, they're not refined because they haven't gotten this training. So you gotta understand your prospects, man. You rubies, you better talk nice to those pearls or they're gonna run away. You need pearls in your business. Pearls give stability to your business. Pearls give the people that come to all the events. Pearls are the ones that stay on auto order, okay? And emeralds as well, and sapphires, they all do. But so that rubies, that's how you got to deal with pearls, okay? Kind of a little softer. Now rubies, when you deal with sapphires, make it fun. And that's easy. Many people are ruby and then sapphire as a secondary. But make it fun. and work on their strengths, but try and find someone to help them do follow-up, right? Ruby's dealing with emeralds. That usually goes pretty good. I think it's rubies and pearls. That's the opposites. But that's one of the main things that my advice to rubies. And again, the ruby's spiritual gift is leadership. The rubies are definitely the ones that are the movers and shakers in the world, and we need rubies. In fact, we need them all. We need all the gems. So that concludes our training on the gems, and I hope that you take this and you really use it in your everyday life. Figure out the gem of your significant other. Figure out the gem of your prospects. Every time I talk to a prospect, usually within about a minute or two, I can figure out if they're a ruby, an emerald, a sapphire, or a pearl. And when I figure out their gem, then I talk to them in their language because I'm a refined sapphire. I'm sorry, I'm a refined emerald. But I've become a lot more sapphire. Also, try and do your weaknesses. If you know you're not very sapphire, if you're too emerald, or if you're too pearl or too ruby, then try and be a little bit more sapphire. Try and have a little more fun. Try and dress a little loud. If you're a pearl, try and be more like a ruby. Try and add some of that to you. The goal is to be in the middle. The goal is to be to have all the best of each one of them. But you're naturally going to have whatever gem. But the main thing is you have to know what your prospects are. And you want to teach them this. So this will be a video that we can give to our team and we can use in the future. So I want to thank you for being on this training. I look forward to hearing about your success using the gems with all of your USANA clients and associates. Okay, so to finish up our webinar, let's get ready for 2017. March 2nd through the 4th, Las Vegas, Nevada, the most successful women in network marketing. It's going to be an amazing event. It's another women's only event. They only allow women who are making 6 figures a month at this event. So you guys, you ladies, it's going to be an amazing event. Stephanie Giles, Viola Krebs, and Phyllis Walker are going. If you want to go to Vegas, let them know, and I'm sure you can go with them and make it happen. Also, mark your calendars for the U.S. national celebrations all around the United States. In March 4th in Spanish in Houston. March 18th in Washington, D.C. in English. March 25th, Chicago, Illinois in English. April 1st, San Antonio in English. April 8th, San Diego in English. Also mark your calendars for USANA International Convention, August 16th through the 19th. It's the most important event of 2017. This event is the most important event because of all the top people that go. Literally, there's going to be over 10,000 associates there from all the 20 different countries. It's our 25th anniversary. During the 20th anniversary, they gave out iPads. I mean, it was totally amazing. So I don't know if they're going to give out iPads this time, but I'm going to be there. I know you're going to be there. Mark your calendars. If you don't have your ticket already, call me. We can get your ticket for $200, $229. If you have vouchers, we'll have to figure it out. We're trying to work through that right now with a waiting list. But look at all the people that are registered. We have so many people already registered. It's so exciting. Mark your calendars also for November 8th through the 10th, 2017, 5 days in Punta Cana with your USANA family. That's a trip you can win, or you can just pay and go your own way. If you want information on that, the link is actually not showing there, but it's puntacana.teamdsi.info. Also, GoPro is coming up for next year, November 16th through the 18th. There's payment plans available if you want to get your $400 ticket. It's the most expensive event of the year, but oh my goodness, it's worth it. They only allow people that are making 6 figures a month to speak on stage, including Mr. Tony Robbins, Mr. Eric Worre, and Pitbull is going to be there this year. The recording artist, and he's a big-time entrepreneur. Texas Associates, this Thursday, be there or be square at our Health Natural Solutions Mixer, 7 to 8:30 in San Antonio. Also, Pleasanton, Texas will be having their Wednesday mixer at Viper. Need to get that up there. Sorry, Renee. And, of course, San Antonio, this is our big weekend. Dr. Troy's going to be here. Dr. Troy Spurl. And this is an event. This is a doctor who's spoken and used USANA products with thousands of patients. He's been with USANA for over 15 years, and he's the recipient of the Dr. Wen's Vision Award for 2016. So it's going to be a huge event. I can't wait to be there. I can't wait to be there with all of you. Tonight is the last night to get your ticket for $15. So after this call, I'm going to be on the phones. I'm going to be registering as many people as possible for this ticket because it goes up to $20 after that. And that's if they're still available. This event's going to sell out. So get your ticket tonight. Go to usanasa.com. Again, that's usanasa.com to get your ticket. Utah Associates, mark your calendars for the Health and Freedom that's going to happen Thursday, February 16th at the USANA home office featuring bronze directors Stephanie and Dan Bazan. They're premier platinum pace setters, and they've earned weekly checks for over a year. 66 weeks in a row. So it's very powerful. Really encouraged by you, Stephanie and Dan. Also, Jared Harris is hosting a mixer at the USANA home office. Friday, February 17th, 7:30 to 9. Super proud of you, Jared. Way to go, my friend. Keep up the great work. You're doing awesome, helping so many people with their health and their finances. And again, guys, Executive Diamond Director Andrea Kiwa is going to be on the Team DSI webinar next Monday. Make sure you're there. Make sure you have guests. Get your guests on this call. You're going to want to hear from one of the very best USANA associates in the world. And lastly, this is the picture of the bins that I keep in the trunk of my car. You see those GoPro books. I always have GoPro books, Power of Cellular Nutrition CDs, USANA newspapers. I'm always ready, and I want to encourage you to always be ready. Don't rely on your upline for forms. You have your own forms. You bring your own computer. Bring your computer to everything, especially you guys who meet with me, but everybody. Bring your computer. Bring your forms. Always be prepared. Keep it all in the trunk of your car when you go around, because you never know who you're going to need to help. And you got to go pro if you want to get paid like a pro. You want to help the most people. You want to have the most fun. You want to follow a simple system. Make sure you're prepared. So that ends the webinar. We're done 12 minutes early. We're going to open it up for questions. And thank you for being on. I'm going to go ahead and open this up with our last few minutes. We still have a lot of people on the line. Does anybody have any questions? If you have any questions, go ahead and send me a text or raise your hand on the webinar. And otherwise, I'm going to just go ahead and call on a few people and see what they thought and what their highlights were on the webinar. So let's go to a caller, 704 area code. I just unmuted you. What was the highlight for you on the webinar?
Is that me? This is Becky.
Becky Armstrong in North Carolina.
Yes.
Hey, what was the
Christian
highlight for you
is on the line.
Oh, Christian and Becky. Awesome.
Yeah, I loved I just totally caught my attention when you said that you wouldn't even be together without the gyms, that impacted your relationship, your marriage so much. That's big money. That is something very, very important to probably everybody on the line is the important people in their life and how they relate to them. And was really encouraging to hear that.
Wow, awesome. Thank you, Becky. It for sure was. That was a game changer for us. Also, big congratulations to you on enrolling 2 new associates and 6 clients last week. That's big time.
It was fun.
Super proud of you. Super proud of you.
It was really, they just stepped up and did it, both of them. The time was right.
That's so awesome. Well, thanks for being a great team member, Becky. Thanks for your perseverance, and thank you for your example. We appreciate and love you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go to Patricia Garcia from Texas. I just unmuted you. If you can unmute yourself. Or maybe you can't because maybe, I don't know if your computer allows you to. I don't know if you can unmute yourself. Patty Garcia would love to hear from you. Or you could call in as well. There's a phone number in the email. If someone could type that in the chat, then Patty could call in. Let's go to 830-783. I just unmuted you. What was the highlight for you on the webinar?
Hey, Jared.
Is this Claudia?
So at first yeah, it's Claudia.
Awesome.
I didn't know it's me. Okay, so at first I was confused because I felt like I had a little bit of each one. I don't know if that's normal or not.
Yeah.
But then I discovered that I guess I'm a ruby and a sapphire.
You're a ruby and a sapphire. Awesome.
Yes.
And
Yes.
what's your husband?
I believe he's an emerald, and I'm not sure what his secondary is. But I believe he's an emerald.
He's an emerald. Okay. That's good information to know, right?
You can tell me if I'm wrong.
Well, this video will be recorded so you can have him watch it.
Yeah, for sure. See which one he identifies with.
Yes.
It'd be good to know, for sure.
And so what was the main highlight for you?
Well, I'm going to study all of them and try to break down the people that I already know. I guess so I can get good at it, right? And identifying the traits.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna go back and study my family members first.
Absolutely. It's going to pay you in spades.
Awesome. I look forward to it, for sure.
For sure. Awesome. Thank you, Claudia. Talk to you soon.
Thank you, Jared. Okay.
All right. Let's go to Phyllis Walker in Utah. If you're able to unmute yourself. What was the highlight for you on the call tonight, Phyllis?
Hi, Jared. What interested me is that I was at the two of Danny Johnson's seminars, and I was certain I was a sapphire and a pearl next. But according to what you're saying tonight, I am very primary pearl and sapphire secondary. So that kind of surprises me. And then I think my husband Rick is an emerald for sure. I don't even see a secondary. He's really an emerald.
Wow. Good to know.
Yeah, I guess it is, because when I was at Danny, I couldn't figure it out. But from your description, I think he's total emerald.
Total emerald. Okay. Well, awesome, Phyllis. I'm glad you got that. That's big time. That's a good distinction to get out of the training.
Yeah, it is. Thank you, Jared.
You're welcome. All right, let's go to Betty Meyer in Salt Lake City. I just unmuted you, Betty. What was the highlight for you tonight?
My highlight was to be able to see how you need to work with all the different gems. Yeah, my husband is listening, and he's being a smart aleck, so.
He figured out what kind of gem I was.
Yeah.
What kind of gem is clay?
What kind of?
He's an ass.
Hey! Hey! Okay, we're muting.
All right, talk to you later. Awesome. Sounds like Clay's maybe a ruby? I don't know. My guess, Clay. All right. Let's go to Jared Harris in Salt Lake City, Utah. I just unmuted you, or you have to unmute yourself, Jared, if you can. There we go. What was the highlight for you on the webinar?
Basically, the biggest highlight was, learning about these different pearls. Like, first off, I understood that I am someone that I could be trusted and taking something bigger. Like for for one thing that I learned from Randy and Viola is to never, to overwhelm myself, with too many things. But the good news is to to truly be a friend to everyone, and that's what I'm really excited about this network marketing business is to really continue to focus on people's needs first rather than mine, because I'm not here trying to get the money. I'm here to help people to change, to have their lives change if they allow it. So.
Absolutely. Very much big heart behind all your words, Jared. I could tell that from the very minute we spoke.
Yeah, that's right. Cool.
That's good, man. Keep it up. Keep up the great work.
Sure will. Thanks.
Awesome. You're welcome. All right. Let's go to Andrea Hall in Price, Utah. Andrea, what was the highlight for you tonight? Are you there, Andrea? Andrea Hall? We might have lost Andrea. Okay. Let's go to... Oh, we have to go back to Christian Glad in Pennsylvania, I believe. Christian, are you there? I just unmuted you.
Pennsylvania. Close to,
Are you in Philly?
yeah, thank you. Close to. No, I'm actually south of Philly, Virginia.
Oh, in Virginia. Okay, that's right.
East. Yeah, north of North Carolina and south of Philly.
You're on the East Coast.
So, being the pearl that I am, yes, on the East Coast. And we're signed up to go on the 18th out here, Becky and I.
Awesome.
So hopefully, maybe we'll bring Tessa.
Awesome.
Yes. Being the pearl, I was calm and relaxed. And I think, what did you say the other one was? Being the sapphire, I kind of threw some clothes around my room, going, why did he skip me? But no, it was very good.
Awesome.
So, and thank you for letting me join. Thankful, helpful.
Yeah, oh, for sure. I'm so glad you were on. Thank you for being a great part of our team and for being with us for so long. And it's awesome to see you guys succeeding.
You're welcome, and thank you.
Yes, of course. All right. Anything else?
No, nothing else, sir.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Christian. Thank you, Becky. All right, let's go to... I think we've heard from everybody. Not sure if Patricia Garcia will be able to call in. I sent her the number to call in. Let's go. Let's end with Executive Goal Director Viola Krebs. Mom, I just unmuted you. What was the highlight for you, if you're able to talk?
You hear me?
Almost. You unmuted yourself for a second. Try again. There you go. Oh.
Oh, okay. You have to keep pushing, I guess. You have to keep pushing it. Can you hear me?
We hear you.
Okay. Gems is so much fun.
My cutie.
My
Cutie.
You want more cutie?
My cutie.
Okay, just a minute, okay? It's really helped since I learned gems. It's just like really helped me in even determining what our grandkids are, which is really awesome. I mean, it's just it's like you get better at it as you go along over time, and you're able to identify what people are. And I just couldn't imagine not having this skill. So I want to thank you for putting this on. It's so important.
Awesome. My pleasure. Thank you, Mom. I know you can't really talk with Blake there, but it's really neat to actually, to know the gems of your grandchildren. We know that Audrey is an emerald, and she's very detail-oriented, even as a young child. And I wonder what Blake is. I'm actually not sure what Blake is. Maybe he'll be a pearl.
I think he's an emerald. I'm thinking, but we may have a whole lot of emeralds in our family. I don't know.
Interesting. Well, thank you, Mom. Thank you for your feedback. And thanks, everyone, for being on the webinar. I know a lot of people have dropped off because they're already past the hour, but I want to just unmute the lines. And I want to have everyone say good night and God bless. So if you can, say good night and God bless.
Good night, Hollywood.
Good night and God bless.